Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope y'all are doing all right. Tell it's been one of them days, okay? It has truly been one of those days. Good evening. I truly do hope everybody has been feeling all right today. If you feel like it, tell me how you've been feeling in them comment section. Don't mind me. I'm actually trying to make sure that all of the sound is right. So it is. So how y'all feeling? I hope everybody's feeling all right. We had a little change of plans for today. So, sometimes you got to improvise, right? So y'all know typically I'll have people on with me, but today I said we're going to do something just a little different because we have a lot going on right now. Okay, we have a lot going on right now, and I figure what better way than to kind of discuss all things that we have going on than getting on here live, and let's talk about it. So I want everybody to know that this truly is a free flowing session of the podcast. If you have questions, if you have, if you just want to get some things off your chest, let this be Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday, so to speak, because I'm about to get some things off my chest, because we're going to call this transparency. Okay. So, that's what the name of this is. That's why I entitled it Transparency, because I believe that transparency is important. And that's part of the reason why the muzzle came off, in order for us to be able to speak and be transparent in our conversation, right? So let me start it off with this. I have not necessarily discussed my opinion concerning this year's election, right? Like I said, it's transparency. This is Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday. And if anybody has anything that they would like to get off their chest, comment. I'll even bring you on live so you can get it off your chest. I believe that, at any given point in time, we should be able to get things off our chest and not be afraid or ashamed to get it off your chest. All right. So, like I said, this is going to be Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday, and let's do it. So I'm going to get some things off my chest. Number one, I'm going to talk about this election 2020. I am utterly disgusted. And I'm going to repeat that again. I am utterly disgusted with the display from this current president and his administration. I am utterly disgusted. I am utterly disgusted with both parties. I feel that both parties are truly failing to represent the people. And I feel that both parties are truly after their own interests. That's my honest opinion. I feel that right now we have a current situation where people are suffering and no one is offering people relief. We are currently entering into a second wave of this coronavirus. And I feel that who's going to suffer the most is going to be us people. We, the people, we are going to be the ones that are going to suffer the most. And I feel that quite possibly, if this current administration would have done their job the way that they were supposed to do their job, we possibly would not be in the situation that we are in. I don't know how much history some of y'all know or whatever the case may be, but we all know that the Spanish flu of 1918 was a real first global pandemic that we have faced as a country. And anyone that has ever done any research on it understands that if you really search it out, you will see that this administration is kind of repeating what was done in 1918 as opposed to learning the lesson from 1918 and not wait for there to be a second wave of a freaking global pandemic and not rely on a such thing called herd immunity. I am just utterly disgusted. A lot of you don't know, but in my regular natural profession, I look at data all day, every day. And one of the things that on my job that we do a lot of COVID-19 research. We have an advisory panel for it. So I look at a lot of data. We review a lot of data. And I don't know who this is, Fire Service 777 off of Periscope, but the pandemic is not a lie. And I get it. A lot of you conspiracy theorists, that's what you guys believe, but I do not push that propaganda, nor do I agree with that nonsense of saying that the pandemic is a lie. COVID-19 is not a lie, especially when you see and you know for a fact that you have had multiple people in your family, in your friend. I think Fire Service 777, what you probably should do is come up off this live. That's what I think. Now, let me continue. What I am going to say is that, you know, a lot of what we should have been doing was not done. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that we have people that truly are relying on old tactics in a new day. And when you truly do study the actual data, and you truly look at the actual data and you begin to see the numbers increase, blah, blah, blah. And you have an administration that's just basically saying, oh, it's because we're testing too many people. Well, first of all, how else would they know that they have a virus if they don't go get a test? That's first of all. Second of all, you need to test people because you have a lot of people that are asymptomatic. People need to be tested. Third of all, like, you know what? You're lucky I'm not live on like where I can actually be on Periscope, but it's okay because you're going to get blocked. So keep writing, and you're definitely getting blocked when I'm done. Anyway, I don't see y'all have not necessarily heard me this raw, and I personally don't care. But what I don't like are people that spew lies, and what I don't like are people that spew misinformation. That is one of the things that I have no tolerance for. My knowledge does not come off of YouTube videos. My knowledge does not come off of chopped and screwed videos that people like to put together. I don't believe stuff like that. So you cannot attempt to debate what I'm saying based on chopped and screwed videos that you probably looked at on YouTube and all this other extra stuff. I don't have time for this. Anyway, so like I was saying, I really do think that I feel I am utterly disgusted with this administration and their lack of response. I am utterly disgusted with the fact that we, the people, have not necessarily taken this virus as seriously as we were supposed to take it. I am utterly disgusted with this with this election. I never would have thought that I would live through a time where I could literally look on TV and see that, you know, we have a president that is just utterly refusing to concede, whom is refusing to leave the White House, who is going to throw out baseless charges of fraud in an entire election that we have never seen before, and attempt to just literally overthrow or overturn the government as it stands. We definitely have seen cheating in the election because there definitely has been voter suppression, but we have not seen voter fraud. So I am just literally disgusted at the display that is going on here in the United States of America. And I think that a lot of us should be disgusted. I think a lot of us should be angry, and I think a lot of us should be more upset. And you don't feel guilty for stating that that is what you are, you know. Number two, let's go down the line of what I am disgusted about. I am utterly disgusted about the complete lack of, it's not even compassion. It's actually, it's the complete lack of regard for Black lives. I have not spoken about this openly, but I am utterly disgusted by it. That is not to say that other lives don't matter, because a lot of people love to play on people's words, but I am disgusted at the complete lack of regard for Black lives. And I mean that in its totality. And when I say I mean that in its totality, I am disgusted by the fact that police officers think that it is okay to handle us with excessive force compared to others. I am also disgusted by the lack of Black lives mattering within our own community. However, I will caveat that with the fact that 9 times out of 10, most crimes are committed within the same community, amongst the same people. When you truly do look at the crime statistics, you will actually see that. So there is a such thing as white on white crime. There is a such thing as Black on Black crime. There is a such thing as Asian on Asian, and the list goes on. So it is not that we are just so terrible. However, because I love our community and I love our people, I really, really, really get very hurt and very bothered by when I hear of us killing each other. Because the truth of the matter is that in the onset of our communities, that's not what we did. And we understand that what has transpired through history and through time is that our communities have been turned, have been used. Yeah, I'm gonna say used, have been used against us and to cause us to turn against each other. That's just facts. It is what it is. Part of the reason why we had the Black Panther Party, part of the reason why we had the Young Lords, right, in Spanish Harlem, was to prevent that. And what happens is when when the government begins their infiltration, it brings down good organizations. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people love to come against the Black Panther Party, but at its truest form, it truly was the party for the people. It was for us. And it's sad that they cannot do what they were doing then now. That is sad to me, because I really do feel that we lack total leadership on a large scale. Leadership that is strictly sold out for us, that is for the betterment of our communities, that is for the establishment of our communities, that is for the upliftment of our communities, that is for the economic empowerment of our communities. We have to understand one thing: the Black dollar is very powerful. And what begins to happen is that when we do not reinvest our own dollars back into our own communities, then this is why we have the degradation that we have within our communities. And that is part of the reason why a lot of our strong leaders within our community were murdered. You know, they were assassinated. And the sad part about it is that for some, they were assassinated within Malcolm X. So I do believe that it's time for a change within our own communities. And we, the people, truly do need to be the champion of that change, and really begin to like rally, like for real. You know, a lot of people want to come against Black Lives Matter. They want to come against all these different movements that are coming up. But guess what? We need change. Period. We need change. Okay? Because how many of us are going to continue to die in the streets innocently? We need change. You know, look at what just happened. Where was that at? In Louisiana? Yeah, I believe that was Louisiana. That little boy was only, what, 15? How is this acceptable? And how does this not make you angry? How does this not cause outrage? How does this not tug on your heart to say, we need to do something? That little boy was murdered, like, honestly, like we're back in 1846, 1936. So, you know, I am disgusted. Like I said, it's Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday. So I'm going to get a lot off my chest today. And like I said, y'all can use the good comment section and get whatever you need to get off your chest. Because I like I said, this is free flowing. So whatever you need to get off your chest, get it off your chest, because it is Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday. Okay. Dump it, get it off. Let's go. All right. So until I start seeing comments, I'm going to keep getting a whole lot of stuff off my chest because I got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, I am disgusted. Thank you, Veronica. I'm tired. People, hello. Hello. Now let's talk about us being tired of people, because I got a list of folk I'm actually tired of. You hear me? I'm tired of the liars, tired of the cheaters, tired of the wasting timers, tired of the beggars. I'm tired of the constantly crying. I'm tired of the people that always want you to join in their little pity parties. I'm tired. I got a lot of lists. So Veronica, give us your list of what you tired of with the people. I'm tired of unmotivated people, non-driven people, tired of it all. Tired of people that don't know how to keep commitments. Tired of, listen, Leah, we got lists here. And this is off the top of the dome too, because that's how tired I've been for a few months now. Tired. Tired. Okay. Tired of the fake, tired of the phony. And let me say this, and this ain't even the time to be sitting up here talking about haters and all this other extra stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because I ain't even tired of haters. I'm like, this 2020, we in coronavirus, this pandemic world. Who the hell has time to be tired of a hater? Like, if you're still talking about haters, something is wrong with you. If people got like the time to hate now, and you still talking about them, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of the people that talk about haters. I'm tired of them too. Tired. Get a new message, okay? Tired of folk with the same old tired lines, okay? Let me think of what else I'm tired of. Veronica, I said the list. Listen, I'm still thinking. I'm like, I think I got more of what I'm tired of, okay? Because I see. Oh, and I'm tired of people always trying to put a muzzle on other people's mouths. You be quiet. Okay? If you don't feel empowered to speak, then you be quiet. See, Ron said she tired of complainers, liars, and unmotivated. I'm tired of them too. Annoying ass. She tired of them too. Listen, tired. It's time to tired. Some of y'all really need to find your encouragement. Find your strength. Tired of weak. Come on. Snap up out of it. Tired. Hey, Daryl. Leah said she's tired of tired people. You better be tired of the tired people. Come on, Shelby. Yes, I'm tired of court. Listen here, okay? That's corny. I'm with you, Shelby, because I'm tired. Okay. It's time, and let me say that. And here's the thing: I could be tired, but I'm yet still motivated to continue to move on and do something. That's the see. Some of y'all get tired and be stuck. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. And you just running around here with all of your I'm tired. Let me tell you something. Hello, Veronica. I was just about to say that. See, Veronica, this is why we here. This is why you know what I'm saying we Woman Crush Wednesday and stuff because this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? 2020 was hard enough already. Nobody has time for the foolishness. I already said that. I think I said it the other day. I used the word foolery. My friend was like, is that a real word? I'm like, yes, it is. Foolery. Foolery. I ain't got time for the foolery. Not no more. I'm over it and I'm past it. And it's above me now. Okay, because I'm over here. I don't know where all this foolery and all this other extra stuff folk got going on. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all what else I'm tired of. Let me get close to this microphone because I'm tired. I'm tired of this. Listen here, you good men of 2020. Some of y'all, I'm tired of y'all too. Some of y'all are just as damaged and broken as some of us women. And then what you try to do is you then try to engage upon and embark upon a relationship with a woman that is repaired. Repaired. A woman that has gone through her process of healing. A woman that has literally done the work. And then here you come attempting to disrupt her entire life. I'm tired of the disruptors. And this goes for men and women because some of y'all women, y'all are disruptors too. Y'all are straight DTP, disturbing the peace of people's lives. And I'm tired of y'all too. I feel that everybody, if you need to go get a counselor, they got virtual counseling left and right. It is 2020. There is no reason for you to be straight up DTP, disturbing DTEP, disturbing everybody's peace because you yet refuse to do the work and do your process. Tired of y'all. Tired of the DTP people. Throw that out there. DTP, disturbing the peace, tired of y'all. Y'all find everything wrong with everybody else and don't see nothing wrong within your own self. DTP, you are disturbing the peace. Do the work. See, like Dara just said, Jesus in therapy. Hello. Y'all, I'm gonna give up. And I don't necessarily have a good counselor. Let me tell y'all this. Because a lot of people be getting on me. I've heard it 1,000 times. People tell me, oh, you should go to counseling. You should go to counseling. Listen here. Nakia has nothing against counseling whatsoever at all. I really don't. But one of the things that Nakia has learned is Nakia has truly learned through her process how to get real within herself and deal with certain things. And I know that is not something that everybody can do. Right? And it's not. Everybody can't do that. But for some odd reason, I have been equipped with the ability to do it for myself because I have never been afraid of the mirror experience, right? So for me, it's a little different. I don't need a counselor to heal 5-year-old Nakia. I need a counselor to deal with how to live through traumatic triggers. There's a difference. And I think that a lot of us, we all need counseling for various different reasons. And one of the things that I always tell everybody, at a certain point in time, you got to know you. And that's another thing I'm tired of. I'm tired of folks sitting up here masquerade and acting like they know themselves and they really don't. Stop doing that. You want to know why I'm going to say stop doing it? Because what ends up happening is that when you don't know you, you begin to hurt people. Because when you start to come into you, and that you is not the same you that you was with this one person, folk get hurt because you done showed them too many yous. And one of them yous wasn't the real you. Quite a few of them yous wasn't the real you. Get to know you. Okay. It's time for everybody to stop with all. Listen, we got a good 44 days left in this year. Technically 43 days left in this year. As of tomorrow, it's going to be 42 days left in this year. It is time for us as a good people to get real within ourselves. Let me say this. I respect a person that can tell me the honest to God truth, regardless of whether it's actually going to hurt me or not. But I respect you better when you tell me the truth than a person that's going to give me a sugar-coated lie. I don't want that. First of all, I don't even like sweets like that. I like salty stuff, like, peanuts. Okay. I don't even like sweet stuff like that. So giving me anything sugar-coated is not cool for me. I like what's real. Okay. So, I think that sometimes we have an issue. We don't know how to be real. I am one of the realest people a lot of people will ever meet. And the reason for that, I believe, is because I was raised by two parents that did not accept anything less than realness, period. So because of that, it's just embedded in me to be real. Another reason why I'm real is because I don't have time to remember lies. Some of y'all should just get through your minds that you don't have time to remember lies. So therefore, you're just going to be real and tell the truth. So help you God. Because that's how some of y'all get caught out there with all your little lying selves. Okay. Stop lying. You will find that you will find peace in your mind. Because let me tell you this, because I was married to a liar. And that man was tormented in his sleep. And I believe that man stayed tormented in his sleep because he lied so much. And because he told so many different lies, I believe all them lies used to attack him in his sleep and stuff. Because he's like, I'm tormented. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, I didn't realize how deep the little torment was until, all the good truth came out. But hey, that is what it is, okay? Lies will torment you. They will torment you in your sleep. They will torment you while you are awake. They will just torment you. And the reason being is because you were forced to remember every single last one of them lies. Stop it. STOP, stop. So like I said, just get it off your chest Wednesday. So put in them comments, whatever you want to get off your chest, because I'm going to talk about it. Whatever y'all put in them comments about getting it off your chest, I'm going to talk about it, okay? Because I feel that we need an avenue. And, I'm probably going to do this one Wednesday out of every month. It really is going to be Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday. Speak your piece, like let it out. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can let things out publicly. Don't listen to these folks that try and tell you, oh, you should be quiet. No, no. Tell the muzzlers they need to go on ahead. Okay. You're not a rabid dog. You're not an infectious dog. So you don't need a muzzle on your mouth. Hello. the ordained, what's your name? The ordained heretic said, lies torment because the truth chokes the sender of the lie. Coin that. You better coin it, the ordained. And you want to know something? That's because I am convinced you are welcome, the ordained heretic. The fact that you call yourself the ordained heretic, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, but I'm with it. But the fact that um, that just threw me off. Hold up, let me get back my thought because I keep looking at that name. I'm like, um, yeah. See, so it's definitely not fooling me. This is so. Let me. Some of y'all can't see some of the comments because some of the comments are coming in through Periscope. So it's definitely not fooling me. It's just when I read it, I'm like the ordained. Wait a minute, the ordained. So anyway, um, the truth of the matter is the fact that some people lie so much to the point where when you become like a pathological liar, the truth is no longer in you because you have just literally conditioned yourself to always lie. So you are one who is extremely dangerous because you actually believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth. And let me say this. So I had, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share something with y'all too, because it's get it off. It is get it off your chest Wednesday. I'm about to knock some stuff over. Sweet Jesus. Anyway, this is what happens when you ain't got a helper in the house. But I will never forget that I had an ex-boyfriend when I was younger, and he was locked up or whatever. It ain't whatever. He was locked up. And so part of when he first got locked up, he wanted to enter into the what do they call it? ISP program, intensive supervision program, right? So he wanted to enter into the ISP program, and ISP was very strict. Okay, anybody that is in New Jersey, if you know about the ISP program, you will know that the ISP program is super duper intense, and you have to follow all the rules. And if you don't, they're going to send you back to jail. So, needless to say, he gets out on the ISP program, acts like he's going to follow all the rules for the program, all this other extra stuff. Well, from the door, he's not following none of the rules of the program. So finally, the guy that was his counselor, or whatever, if you want to call it counselor, whatever, he came to I never figured he came to the house one day, and it was because by this time they had already put like an ankle monitor on my ex-boyfriend because they really wanted to track all his movements, because they basically told him, you are not allowed but so many feet. At that time I was living in Elizabeth. I was living down by the water in Elizabeth. So he wasn't allowed but so many feet. Like he can go to certain places, right? But he could not necessarily go outside of, like, let's say Union County, right? So needless to say, they have this ankle monitor because they're monitoring how many miles he's traveling from the house. Wherever he's going, they're monitoring those miles. So the counselor comes over to the house and he's just like, clearly you're not following the rules. We have this ankle monitor on you. We can tell exactly where you're at. We can pretty much pinpoint it. And it looks like here, based on your ankle monitor, you went in this direction and you were literally in New Brunswick. Were you supposed to be in New Brunswick? No. So needless to say, he comes up with some type of elaborate story, some lie, whatever. And the counselor literally just looks at him in his face and was like, so you really believe the crap that is coming out of your mouth? And all I could do was sit there and be like, "Ooh, okay." Because some of y'all be trying to BS people without realizing that when it even flows up out of your mouth, it sounds like the garbage that it is to the next person. And it takes a real person that is going to sit there, look you in your good face and be like, so you believe that BS that just came out your mouth? You believe that? Help me understand why you believe what you just said. And 9 times out of 10, if they're a pathological liar, they are going to definitely tell you why what they said is true. And then if they happen to be a narcissist, it will go even deeper. They will find proof of what they're saying is true. even if that proof is like from a source out in China somewhere, they're going to tell you, this is the proof that I needed to prove to you that I'm right. And I ain't lying about that, because that's the truth. If you've ever dealt with a narcissist, you're going to understand what I'm saying, because them folk, if you ever dealing with a narcissist and that narcissist sit up there and tell you there's a fire, your best bet is to go check, because they will gaslight you all the way up until the point where they got you all types of twisted in your mind. Okay. Just distorted. So I'm over that. So if I wanted to add in another, what I can't stand and don't like is narcissists. I do not like people that manipulate. I do not like people that use deceptive tactics in order to get people to do what you want them to do. I do not like people that like to exude overly amounts of control. And anybody that knows me absolutely knows I do not like people that attempt to control your creativity, that attempt to control your mouth, that attempt. I'm just totally against. There's a difference between control and guidance, right? Big difference. And so I believe that one should know how to guide, but control, absolutely not. Do not control people. And especially do not control them using manipulative and deceptive tactics. That is completely off. That is completely wrong. And that is annoying. Now I'm going to get down into something else that honestly, truly irks me, because it's Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday. And like I said, if y'all got anything else y'all want to get off y'all chest, go ahead, put them in good comments. Get it off your chest. It is what it is. And if you don't want me to, I mean, well, if you clearly your name is written, so it is what it is. But if you want to say it anonymously, you definitely can inbox me what it is that you want to get off your chest, and I'll just talk about it openly. Okay. We got a little bit more time left on here, so we're going to get it off your chest. Anyway, so another thing that I don't like is I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to say this without offending. Let me get this. Let us see. I'll say it like this. I think that sometimes we have an issue where I'm not going to say that we don't know how to agree to disagree, because I don't believe anybody necessarily needs to agree to disagree. What I do believe is that I believe that people have a lack of understanding and people do not know the art of conversing. And I refuse to say conversating, and I don't care if they put it in the dictionary. It never should have made it in there. It wasn't a word when I was growing up, and it's not going to be a word today. So if you do say conversating, just understand I'm still going to look at you like you know the word is converse. Anyway, so I so I literally do not have the wherewithal to converse with folk whom do not know the art of conversation and do not understand how to understand in a conversation. Whether you agree or not, you should come to a level of understanding, period. That's that. And it is a stupid saying that is empty. And I think that oftentimes, okay, well, I'll just agree to disagree. What? Well, we can just agree to disagree. No, we cannot. I'm not. That's a cop out. Sorry. And clearly, you don't know how to have a conversation. Okay. Um, it is not. There is no such thing as agreeing to disagree. We'll just agree to disagree. What are you disagreeing about? Two different opinions? Because the truth of the matter is, there's nothing to disagree about when it comes to someone else's opinion. The truth of the matter is, it's about understanding. And if folk will begin to learn the art of conversation, you will understand that conversation is just about that. It's about understanding. I can understand what you're saying. You can understand what I'm saying. We don't have to agree, nor do we have to disagree. We're just saying two different things. That's it. It's just that simple. And you know what, Veronica, you're right, because most people do say that when they just don't understand what a person is saying. And Leah, you are right, when people don't know how to fully explain or communicate their thought. This is why I'm saying people do not understand the art of communication. Communication is an art form. And when you do not know how to communicate and communicate effectively, this is where half y'all start arguing and stuff. I am not an arguer. I ain't never really been no arguer. I'm like, the way my anger is set up, it does not allow me to argue, truth be told, because like if I gotta argue with you, it literally is like a burning like rage that I feel like on the deep inside of me, like right here, like in my chest. It's like it feels like acid reflux, and I ain't eat nothing. All I had was some water or something. So I can't argue because it's like my level of arguing turns into a different level of anger, and I don't like being that angry with anybody. So I'm not an arguer. I believe in having conversation. I don't even yell at me. Like if you raise your voice, we are definitely having a problem. Like curse? Did you just curse at me? Like did you use the curse word? Like did why would you do that? That's how I am. I can't deal with all of that. So it does not work with me at all. Like you yell at me, curse at me, 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna shut it all the way down. I probably won't really speak to you again unless I really have like that deep of a relationship with you, and then I can tell you exactly how what you did made me feel. But if I don't really care about you like that, you probably would never hear from me ever again in life. Because I do not tolerate people who do not know how to communicate. Yeah, Daryl, I definitely agree. Pride won't let people communicate effectively. I definitely agree with that because a lot of times when your little pride gets hurt, folks start acting crazy, and it's like that's completely and totally unnecessary. You should learn how to communicate and communicate effectively and communicate. And I believe that we should also know how to communicate without offending. We should know how to communicate without offending people, but a lot of times we don't. So it's like we take little jabs at a person's character. We take jabs at who they are, and it's like when you start taking jabs like that, that's like different language that you're actually speaking. I definitely agree. I'm just going to call you ordained so I don't have to keep repeating, but I definitely agree that a lot of that agreeing to disagree is an excuse just to get out of an argument. But I just believe that at the end of the day, and and let me say this, let me say this, certain arguments, because an argument is not always negative, right? Like when you have a lawyer, the lawyer is presenting his or her argument on the case, right? So an argument is not always negative, but I believe that where it turns negative is when there's a different emotion behind it, right? Like I can argue my point. Like right now I'm arguing my point, right? But I'm not viciously attacking while arguing my point, right? Like I'm not yelling. I'm not trying to degrade you. I'm not trying to, dehumanize you. I'm not trying to emasculate you or defeminitize you, stuff like that. When you get into that level of arguing and it becomes it becomes toxic. No, exit stage left and right. I don't give a damn which way I gotta go, but I'm gonna go there because that level of anger, I just feel that no one should ever be allowed to make you that type of angry. Mm-mm, not at all. And some folk, I feel like some folk are just anointed in making you angry. It's like they have. It's like it's probably not even an anointing. They are just. I was gonna say something else. I'm not gonna say that word either. Uh, some folks just have a specialty of bringing the anger up out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like they just special. Like you're just like the angry agent. Like that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Those are them people that are straight DTP, disturbing the peace. Those are those people. Them people, them right there. So you have to be very careful with that, and you have to guard. I guard my good energy all day, every day. I refuse to allow anybody to take me to a place to a point of no return. You're just not going to do it at all. I shall disengage. And I have learned the art of disengaging very well. Whoever just said hi there, I know you're probably in my group. You are more than likely in the Live in Truth group. So I want to tell you hi. But because you're live from the Live in Truth group, you have to give StreamYard permission to use your name. But hi, I can't see your name though, but I'm gonna say hi because I know that's my group. I love my group. I love Live in Truth. I created that group for a particular purpose, and it was to help women to live in their truth. And I believe that is important. I believe that is imperative in this day and age that folks live in truth. And I know men need to live in truth too, but I wanted to provide a safe space for women, particularly. So I'm sure y'all men got your own groups where y'all can live in truth in the groups that y'all are in. But this Live in Truth, I wanted to create a safe space for women to be able to be open and live in truth. Okay. So, hey, I love my group. And actually, Live in Truth people, we're going to definitely revamp the group for next year. There's just a lot of different. Let me tell y'all that one thing about me is that I wasn't even going to come on tonight because this month we were really spotlighting a lot of authors, and my one author that was coming on for today, she had an emergency in her family. So, and one thing about me, your family come before any and everything. I am that way with my life. I will drop everything if something is wrong with my family. And I believe that family is important, and you tend to your family. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't even going to come on tonight. And thanks to my number one pusher saying, no, you're going to go on. You're not going to cancel. And you know what? Open it up. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Because I'm going to tell you, I did not have an idea of what I really wanted to talk about. And the reason being was because even in all that I do, I felt very drained. That's why I was like, you know what? As I was talking, I said, you know what? This is going to be Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday, because I felt very, very drained. And I had all the energy this morning, you know what I'm saying? We was working out, boom, did the little squat rack machine, boom, hand, you know what I'm saying? Felt good, was real productive today, you know what I'm saying? And as I was working today, was real productive and everything. And then by 5 o'clock, I was like, I need to lay down. I'm tired. I'm drained. And so I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I could cancel today. It's all right. Ain't nobody gonna miss it no way. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need that extra push, and there's a lot going on in the world. And I feel that everybody needs an outlet. Okay. And I want this to be your outlet. And that's the truth of the matter. That's what I'm here for. That is the reason why I created the Muzzle is Off podcast. I created it for it to be an outlet. I created it for it to create conversation, for it to start conversation that has not typically, things that have not typically been talked about openly, right? That's why I did human sexuality. That's why I talk about relationships. That's why I talk about church. That's why I wanted to spotlight authors, because we are a multifaceted people that do a whole lot. So I believe that we need to showcase what it is that we do, right? So why not? Why not create a space for it? Why not? You know what I'm saying? And then as I sat back, and if you read the comment on here, like today's episode is being sponsored by Addicted to Fitness. That was major to me, that someone would take the time out and be like, you know what, I'm gonna sponsor your episode. That's a lot to me. That means so much to me. So shout out to Addicted to Fitness. They are the official sponsor for the Muzzle is Off podcast. The owner of Addicted to Fitness is none other than Jadoni Merceau. So we say thank you to him and Addicted to Fitness, which is located at 603 Chestnut Street in Union, New Jersey. If you follow me on my regular Facebook page or on my Instagram page at Nakia Monet, you will definitely see that I am spotlighting certain videos of certain challenges that we do at Addicted to Fitness. It's one thing to say you love yourself, but it's another thing to put it in action. And I believe that self-care is one of the best forms of loving yourself. And I truly believe that part of that self-care is living a healthy lifestyle, which includes working out, which includes eating healthy, which includes, doing things that literally make you happy and make you smile. And I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I never would have thought that working out would bring me so much joy, and it actually does. Okay. Come on, ATF ladies. Where y'all at? I see y'all. Yes, I am ATF. So we show up and we represent for each other. And so, like I said, Addicted to Fitness is the official sponsor of tonight's episode of the Muzzle is Off podcast. And I shout out to Jadoni, shout out to Doni, whichever. Listen, somebody called him Donnie today. And I was like, who in the world? What? Oh, okay. Here it is. But, I truly appreciate all the work that he does. One of the things that he does, he also has a wonderful gallery, an event space, Gallery 603. I believe that it's important that we support our own and that we back our own. And he is our own, so we need to support and back him. So if you ever have an event, reach out to Jadoni, Gallery 603. Address is yet and still the same, 603 Chestnut Street in Union, New Jersey. If you need a personal trainer, if you want to join our personal training sessions, which are group sessions, he has private sessions, whatever your need is, reach out to Jadoni at Addicted to Fitness, 603 Chestnut Street in Union, New Jersey. So we shout him out for that. Thank you, Jadoni, for being our sponsor. I need that little machine that do the little round of applause and stuff like that, or like that little clue drop bomb, like boom. Anyway, y'all know I'm bugging. But yeah, shouts out to him for doing this, for being the sponsor for today. Listen, Veronica just said it, one of the most supportive people, girl, and she put that ever in all caps with all them exclamation points, and it is the truth. It really is. That's real. That's real. So shout out to him once again. If I had a bomb, I would drop it for you. You already know. Go ahead, Shelby. Y'all listen. Y'all better give the man his props. That's what we do. They say you need to give people their flowers while they're yet still here. So here are your flowers, Jadoni. We giving you all the flowers, okay? For all the love and support that you give, and you know what I'm saying. The special way that we feel, after coming out of training. Might be a little hurt, but listen, when you see those results, you're like, oh, okay. Yes, I am ATF. That's how you get. So, like I said, this truly was Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday. Anybody else got anything else that y'all want to get off your chest? Like I said, I'm going to talk about it because I think it's time for us to really talk about whatever it is, bothering us. Let me say, you know what? There's one more thing that I am going to talk about because I was about to get off of here and I wouldn't be me if I didn't talk about this, right? So there have been little scandals going on. Little Daystar TV people. Supporting Trump. Little Hillsong pastor getting fired. Adultery. Folks is acting up in 2020. Folks are acting up in 2020. John Graydon had to apologize again to his wife. The folk are acting up in 2020. And let me say this. And I don't care who don't agree. These folk don't represent the church. Like it or not, ain't no way on this good earth, and I said earth on purpose, you gonna sit up here and tell me that you gonna support a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, sexist, rapist, and tell me you represent God? Nope. Ain't happening. Then you want to get mad at me for voicing my opinion about it? You're going to tell me that this man could sit up here and cheat on his wife multiple times, and be publicly humiliated multiple times. And you want me to believe that because he can get up, right? He can get up and he could open up this good Bible. See, I keep my word with me at all times. So because he can get up, open it up, yell out a few things, but yet go to a hotel with a woman, not his wife, get caught out there publicly about 3 times. Who knows how many times he was caught out there privately. And you want me, Nakia, to believe that that's a representative? And the only excuse you have in this the 66 chapters in this book here, this here good book. And the only example you want to give me is David, who doesn't even represent the church. Sorry. Half y'all ain't buying. And some of y'all get upset. Well, who's going to restore the man? Does the man want restoration? Who's going to correct them in love? Does he want correction? Who's going to... Y'all run down all this foolishness And the truth of the matter is, I ain't saying nobody's above or beneath, repentance. I ain't saying nobody's above or beneath forgiveness. Okay? But what I am saying is your fruit shows who you are. What comes out of you is who you are. I am not God. I ain't got no heaven or hell to put nobody in. But what I do know, half y'all need to get up on out these little pulpits that y'all in, need to get up on out these buildings that you in, and go find you Jesus for real. Get saved for real. Get delivered for real. Or better yet, if you want to be in a polyamorous relationship because that's who you are, can some of y'all just get real and say, listen, I want that poly life? You know what? I feel like I would need to be like Solomon out in these streets. Okay. I know that's not the time in which we live in. I know that that might not be acceptable to some of y'all in this good Christian church. But guess what? There are some churches that will accept your little poly lifestyle. And if that's what you need to go get it. But you cannot force yourself among people whom do not agree with that level of a lifestyle, period. And you're hurting people. I don't understand why that is such a hard concept for folks to understand. Listen here, you want to be poly? Go find you a poly woman that will agree with your poly lifestyle, and y'all go be poly together. But leave the ones alone who don't want poly. And you know what? And that goes for anybody. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop lying to ourselves about who we are, what we want, what we don't want. Stop it. Stop lying. You want to live let me tell you this. I got a friend of mine, and I love my friend. I really do. Back in the day, we tried to date. It never worked. You understand what I'm saying? And that was perfectly fine for me. Every once in a while, and he'll probably listen to this on the good YouTube because he know I'm talking about him. And so what? I ain't say your name. Oh well. So every once in a while, he'd be like, "Come on, kid. We should do this." And I'd be like, "Listen, Linda, listen. I have never known you to be single. Why do you keep trying to come into my life while you are not single? I have never known you to be single, ever. I have never known you to be single. You need to find a woman that will agree with your polyamorous lifestyle. That's what you need. So you really think men were put here on earth to just be with one woman?" I said, "I don't know what you were put here on earth for, but I know that there is some man out there that does not cheat, period, or does not want to indulge with more than one woman at the same time. They exist. He just doesn't exist in you. So what you need to go do, you got to go find someone that will agree with what you want. Everybody happy." I said, "Because what you're not about to do is disrupt my good life, because that ain't what I want. Mm-mm. And I'm not going to accept it. Mm-mm. And we just going to argue. We're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? And what's the purpose of that?" See, that comes from Nakia being real with Nakia and Nakia knowing what Nakia wants, right? And that also comes from a place of Nakia understanding how to do what? Communicate what she wants, what she will accept, what she will not accept. Because you want to know something? Let me say that this is the problem when you live in that little poly lifestyle, okay? Because some of y'all want to be poly and don't want to wear condoms while your little poly self running around here sleeping with multiple women. Women's inner parts are very sensitive. 9 times out of 10, a woman is going to know when her man has been with another woman because her body going to tell her something is different. And I tell anybody, I don't have that time to be going through them type of changes in my life. This is not Mary. I ain't going to be singing, "Can't you see the changes I've been going through?" No, we ain't going through none of them changes, okay? I tell y'all I love Mary. Mary literally can be the soundtrack of my life because there is a song on every single last CD that I could put on and play it. And I'll be like, because that happened and that happened and that happened. Soundtrack of life, Mary. It is what it is. So what I'm going to say, so I'm going to end this like this. Stop lying about who you are. Stop lying about what you want. Start being real about who you are. Start being real about what you want. Start being real about the things that really and truly get you in life. Whatever that is, whatever gets you going, whatever gets you, you know what I'm saying, moving, all this other extra stuff. Be real. Okay? Be real. Because what's happening is that we have a lot of people that are running around here hurt. We have a lot of people that are, and this is for men and women, because some of y'all women, y'all ain't right neither. You think tit for tat is cool, and it's not. It is not. It is not acceptable. Period. You think that running around here hurting these men it is not acceptable. None of this stuff is acceptable. Okay, because it damages people and it damages them, because the truth of the matter is men and women internalize hurt differently. And a man, how he might internalize hurt is say, you know what, I don't ever want to feel this way again. So I'm going to shut this whole part of my life off to anybody. This is not what I want. And why is it? All because he was never fully understood in relationships prior to. And women, we do the same thing. We will literally shut off. And the problem with that is that sometimes you can deny yourself of something that is so great because you're so hurt. Stop that. But I'm going to tell you what, if people would learn how to be honest with themselves and honest with what they want and honest with who they are, and I don't care what journey you need to go on. Me and my friend, we would talk about this last night. I don't care what journey you need to go on to find out who you are, to learn yourself. Take the journey, because it's going to be worth it. You will find peace. You will find joy. You will find happiness. You will find contentment once you take that journey to find out who are you at the core of you. Some of y'all are so you're just like a chameleon, just blended in everywhere you go. Be who you are and stand out. Okay? Be who you are and stand out. And like I said, if some of y'all want poly, go after it. Go after the poly lifestyle, but do not hurt innocent people in the process. But be you. I ain't got time for poly. I'm telling y'all that right now. I ain't got that type of time. First of all, I don't have my attention span. I ain't got that. I ain't got that type of time to have that many conversations with that many different people. Because poly is not, and that's the other thing. Stop thinking that polyamorous lifestyle is just about sex, because it's not. A lot of it is about relationship. A lot of it is about building and what they're not getting, right? Because sometimes, you know, I saw a meme. It was weird. It wasn't weird, but it was real. It was like it was the woman, and then there was like at least 15 different dudes that provided her this one money, this one whatever, this one conversation, this one emotional support, this one physical support, this one, and then you had the main dude just right there. And I was like, and a lot of us, this is what happens when we get into relationships with people and we do not assess them properly, because you're not able to fully give me everything that I need. So therefore, I need to go find Peter, Paul, Mike, Jamal, Daryl, Shaquille, Hector, Jose, Leo, Juan. I got to find all these different men, right, in order to fulfill every single last need that I have. And a lot of that is due to the fact that you're just entertaining the wrong people. And men, y'all do the same thing. You know, I got her for this because you know what, she gonna help me with this. And then I got her for this because if I ever fall back, that's my ride or die. She gonna be right there. And then, you know, oh, and then I got this one for the, everybody doing this. It's like y'all want 15 different people for 15 different reasons because you didn't even take the time to just invest in one person. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's your lifestyle, because you're poly. But it is something wrong with that if that's not your lifestyle and you got 15 women thinking that they number one. And some of y'all ladies got 15 men thinking that they number one. That's wrong. We don't do that. Be open and honest with your polyamorous self. Be poly and honest, okay? Poly honest, be that, okay? Because that's what's wrong. Half y'all don't know how to be poly and honest. You just want to be poly and lie. That doesn't make sense. Be poly honest. That's what I say. But don't come over here with your little poly selves. I'm telling you that right now. Do not flood my good inbox with your little poly selves. Don't do it. Because you're going to get your little feelings hurt. Okay? You know what? Let me get this. No, I'm not going to do it. I'll wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to wait for that. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me on Transparent Wednesday. Get it off your chest Wednesday. Y'all have really helped me to get it off my chest. I feel much better. I had to talk about this election. I had to talk about this little president. I had to talk about us as a Black people. You know what I'm saying? I had to, because this stuff weighs deeply on my heart. I am naturally an empath and I feel emotions. So therefore, when things begin to weigh on me, it becomes a lot. So I thank y'all for listening to my rant today on things that make me upset, things that piss me off. And I hope y'all take heed to them, because don't piss me off. I'm joking. None of y'all really can, because y'all don't know me. So it doesn't matter. But yeah. Like I said, I'm really gonna incorporate this at least once a month, once or even twice a month. You know what I'm saying? Get it off your chest. And I'm be like, whoever wants to come get it off your chest. Whatever you need to say, let's go. Because you know what? I'm gonna end it with this last get it off my chest. And then I'm going. You want to know who also pisses me off? All you people that bought all the Scott toilet tissue and the Downy, the paper towels, whoever, the paper towels out of ShopRite and Walmart and Target. Y'all all piss me off. When I went to the store a week ago, the Bounty, that's the name, Bounty, all the shelves was full. And when I went today, they are bare. I don't know what y'all are preparing for, because we ain't about to have no zombie apocalypse or anything like that. But y'all pissed me off today. I just want to make that clear. Everybody need tissue. Don't nobody want to use the little so-called natural. Y'all remember back in March and April, you couldn't get not one little regular Scott nothing. You had to get the no-name tissue that you ain't never heard of a day in your life. The tissue was brown. Now, I remember going to elementary school, and this was in the 80s. And I remember there was some brown toilet tissue back then, but I ain't seen it since then. And it resurfaced. Y'all pissed me off. Why? That's all I'm going to say. So on that, I'm going to have a good night. I hope y'all have a good night. And I hope you stop pissing people off. Let everybody have toilet tissue and Bounty paper towels. We all like select the size. Thank you. This is the Muzzle is Off podcast. I am your host, Nakia Monet. And I thank y'all for joining me on this evening of transparency. Okay? Because I believe transparency is important for us all. So thank you. Thank you. Have a great night. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week because it's the day before Thanksgiving. And who knows? Maybe we'll have another Get It Off Your Chest Wednesday before the holidays because I'm sure between now and then, I'm going to have a lot to say. So until then, I bid you adieu. Have a great evening. Until next week. Bye.